Hey guys, WitchyCatLady here in Dragon Adventures, and we're going to talk more about this breeding update. I am trying to keep the videos short for you to give you bits of information at once. In the last video, I did want to talk about what can breed now because we have some new dragons that can breed, and there are breeding costs, but I didn't get to it in that, so we're going to talk about that in this video. And again, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It means so much. And maybe share this video with some friends. But anyway, let's get into it. So if we look at the update log, which I'm not sure if everybody knows where that's at, you go to the menu and update log is here. So anytime there's a new update, you can go in here and get a little tidbit of what's going on. So we know event dragon breeding. Now, not every single event dragon is able to breed. They're rolling it out slowly so that we can experiment and they can work out bugs and, they can see how we're using it. In the last video, I did briefly explain about genetic and cosmetic traits. We'll talk about those more in separate videos. In this one, I want to talk to you about the breeding costs and what can breed now and how all that works. So first, let's look at breeding costs. There is going to be a cost for your dragons, and it's going to be based on their rarity. By the way, the rarities have changed a bit. So, for example, Zen is no longer epic. It is now a rare. It will not cost that much to breed. Somewhere I have a screenshot of the breeding costs. So there is going to be a cost now for breeding and co-hatching, both events and seasons as well as worlds. So I've actually been working on Venids. So I'll go ahead and show you the cost on those so that you can get an idea of what you're looking at. So just like usual, we're going to look at worlds first. We're going to go to breed, and we're going to find something for it to breed with. And you can see the cost right up there. And with traits and stuff now, you can go down here and look and see if they're ones that you actually want to breed. So we can breed those. And let's see if I have anything of different rarities that can breed right now. I do not. So now that we have bred our little baby, let's go see what traits went over to it. It didn't go up in tiers like I wanted it to, but we'll talk about that in another video. And if you guys have not had a chance to explore the new UI, get in and do that. It's really nice. It does take a moment to get used to. You have your colors and your mats, and this is actually really cool. You can see the birth date and who hatched it, as well as what generation it is. That can be useful for determining value. Some people like to have a lower generation. Some people like to know who hatched the dragon. People might want to collect the dragon based on whose name is on it. Who knows how many minutes I have out there circulating right now just from my just from breeding these things. And your stats are now here in this little scroll down thing. And if you hover over the icons, you can see information as well. And then, of course, your traits are over here, which we'll talk more about that in another video. And guys, if I ever say, oh, I'll talk more about that in another video, and then I don't, call me out on it. I'll make a video for you. I got some stuff going on sometimes, so, I might think, oh, I thought about it. Means I talked about it. Well, sometimes, I forget to actually go talk about it. So call me out on that. So we've seen worlds pretty much work the same, but there's a cost. And you're going to have that same cost with co-hatching. So let's look real quick at these events. We're going to be using the Aver as an example. The Aver is one that can now breed. And if you're not sure if it can breed or not, you can just click on it. If that breed button isn't there, it cannot breed right now. They will be rolling it out slowly. Again, they just want to see, how we're doing it. Does it need to be tweaked? Are there bugs? Things like that. So let's experiment with an Aver. I do have a boy and a girl, right? Yes. So we're going to hit breed on this. So this is a female. Here is where I want everyone to slow down, read your prompt that you get, and think about it. When you are breeding seasons and events, the female will get soul bound. This will mean that you cannot trade it. So you cannot put it on an alt. You cannot give it back to your friend. If it is on your account and you breed it, you are stuck with it. You cannot move it off of your account. It cannot breed again. You also cannot sell it at auction. You are stuck with it as it is. You can change the gender, you can change the colors, you can change materials, but you cannot breed it, you cannot trade it, you cannot give it back to someone, you cannot auction it. So I know what I'm doing. I'm going to hit yes. And I'm going to find another AFER for it to breed with. We're going to pick a boy. So the cost for breeding our AFERs, the seasons and events are going to be a little bit more than what the world dragons are going to be. So this might actually slow some people down as well. We're going to go ahead and hit breed on that. See, we got our little baby. See this dragon here, the female that we bred, over top of the breeding icon now that lets us know the cooldown is this feature called Soul Bound. Let's bring this up so you can see that. See, it says this dragon is soul bound. It cannot be traded or bred. And again, that means it is stuck with you. It is bound to your soul, bound to your account. You can delete it, you can put it in your stable, but it's stuck with you. Otherwise, you cannot give it to a friend, you cannot trade it, you cannot auction it, and I'm going to keep saying that a few times just so everyone is aware. I don't want you guys to make impulsive decisions because some decent dragons are breedable right now, like the Hong Leong and the Volporith. So now that that's soulbound, I can choose to keep it or delete it. Since I'm actually not planning to keep all these AFERs, I got these for experimenting, I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. Let's check out our baby. Here's our little baby AFER. It actually came out with one mutation. And over here, it tells me what generation it is. It's now a generation 2 because it's the offspring of generation 1. And over here, look at this. It got 2 positive traits. And it is going to be a female. Since a female locked, you will get a female. And this, of course, can breed when it grows up. Let's breed another one so that you guys can see how that goes. So here we have a boy. And the boy will still remain breedable. You know, if you decide you want to keep, say, one of the girls, just swap the genders. That's all you have to do. So again, it gives me the pop-up that the girl will lock. I'm okay with that because I'm just experimenting. So we're going to go ahead and breed that. And then we're going to look in here and we see that our girl is now soulbound with us. The boy is not. The boy can be bred over and over. So if you have something that you're trying to breed onto another one, you might want to make sure that it's a male so that you can keep trying. And here's our other little baby. See, again, a girl. It can breed again later. Another generation 2. And it's actually got some strong joints, so it's a good strong bird. And do I have anything else? I think that was all the boys. Yeah, so those can't breed again. Now, I do have something I can co-hatch with an alt. Let me go find that, and then I'll find my alt and show you how the co-hatching works. And if you're curious which ones can breed right now, if I've not said that already, I'll pop up a screenshot of the list so that you can take a look at that. It is mostly the lower rarity, lower value ones with the exception of the Volporith and the Hong Leong. Volporith value has already drastically gone down, which is really interesting because the demand has gone up. So that's something. I think people are really thoroughly enjoying being able to breed them so that they can get now 2. I'm seeing a lot of co-hatch requests for the Volporith down in Undercity. I did breed my 2 together and I sold off the baby before the value went any lower. I was able to sell mine off at 1.5 million. They've been steadily going down. It's It's also coming back in April, so there's a couple of factors as to why that's been dropping. And this is why I don't think anybody is able to make and maintain a value sheet. I know some people are asking for videos or sheets or a website on, current dragon values. That's just not going to be possible. There are just way too many variables and it changes constantly. I don't think anybody has that kind of time to keep that updated live. And now with all these traits, there's just going to be so many factors. So honestly, the best thing to do is, just hang out in Undercity or get into the Discord where there is a channel for discussing all of that. Oh, I'm trying to trade that. I didn't want to trade that. We want to co-hatch with that. Let me make sure that that Cybernid is actually fed and able to do what we need to do, and it is. All right, so there's that. We'll be co-hatching with that. Let me make sure they are opposite genders. So the one over there is a boy, and this one is a boy as well. Let me change the one on the other account. Gender potions to the rescue. All those gender potions we've been getting from the chests are really coming in handy now. So we want to co-hatch. Now here is what I want you to pay attention to with co-hatching. It does not matter what the gender is, both parents are going to lock. My alt can't seem to find its Cybernid. Where is it at? There it is. Okay, so even though I'm putting in a boy, here we go. Your prompt for breeding this dragon will cause it to become soul bound. Again, you will not be able to trade it. You will not be able to breed it. You will not be able to auction it. You will not be able to give it to an alt account. You will not be able to give it to a friend. It is bound to your soul. It is bound to your account. And the reason for this is that it is to not make any more tradable dragons into the economy. So you will always have the same amount that you had before that could trade. If you are breeding, one will lock so that you still have two tradable ones. If you are co-hatching, you had one tradable dragon. This is going to lock and your baby will be tradable. You will still have one tradable dragon, because both of these will get an egg. So I'm going to go ahead and hit accept. And then there we go. So as you can see here, our Cybernid has become soul bound. I'll log my alt out there. And I'm going to have a co-hatch egg. And our egg is going to show us that we have a 50% chance for a Cybernid or a 50% chance for a Cybernid. You cannot crossbreed species of seasons and events. They have to be the same species, which makes sense because, if you say, for example, crossbreed a Fury Feller with a Cybernid and you get a Cybernid instead of a Fury, that would suck. Now your Fury is locked and you got a Cybernid. Alright, let's put that co-hatch egg in there. And we'll pop that open shortly. I have another co-hatch egg sitting somewhere that had something interesting in it. Was it this one? I think it was this one. I was experimenting with someone and we were trying to see if something would go over. That's actually not too bad. Not too bad. Again, we'll talk more about the genetic traits in a video specifically for discussing genetic traits, because there's a whole lot to this. And we'll do several videos throughout this whole thing. This is content that we could do for as long as it exists in the game. There's a lot to do. Hurry up, egg. So our egg is almost ready. If you are interested in breeding or co-hatching seasons and events, again, I do suggest, slow down, think about what you really want to do, because while it is fun to, say, woo, hatch an event, you get things that are locked, and the only way to get rid of them from your inventory is to delete them. Even in the stables, they will take up space. So do think about that. Let's take a look at our little baby Cybernid. It's actually not too terrible. It's beautiful. That just affects the breeding. It's not a statement on what it is. This is interesting. I don't know if I'll keep this one or sell it. Cybers were pretty easy to hatch in the Galaxy event, but I'll decide. So I hope this video gives you a brief overview on how to breed and co-hatch, and I will do another video on the traits as well as one on the cosmetics. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I will do as many videos as possible. I will try to keep them relatively short, under 20 minutes. We'll try to compact the information. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in game or another video. Bye.